Hey there, everybody. Rockhound Lion here. Gonna attempt another any percent glitchless run here. For those unfamiliar with the concept of the run, it's kind of in the title. The goal of the game is to buy the L-shaped desk, which is the pinnacle of any office worker, to have the extra space wrap around you. So that is $1,000 in game. So we will work our little worm buddy here to earn $1,000 glitchless. Of course, I mean, we can't use any glitches that are available to us there. So we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. And then time will start when we gain control. Worm's going to wake up, shake off the dust, and we will assume control. Boom, time starts. All right, so like any good work day or any productive work day, got to log in. Post it on the computer. It tells us our password, which of course is the safest way to store your computer password. From 1, 2, 3, and then enter. All right, bunch of stuff. Flippy tells us what to do, blah, blah, blah. Get a call from our boss. You get over here, grab the phone. Oh, clicked off the screen. Not helpful. All right, that going. Boss is telling us about an exciting promotional opportunity. Now you can hang it up at that point, but I like to use that time to go grab that D6 because we're going to need that for... Once it gets to that point, you can hang it up. Excellent. All right, we're going to come over here, grab the mouse, and we are hopefully going to move up to the spreadsheet. So we've got to earn $10 that we can buy the reading nook from the shop. This first task is always a pretty easy one. You're just going to enter a number or several numbers of some kind into the spreadsheet. Oop. All right, we got our money. Always going to get 10 bucks in that first one, so that's perfect. You come out, you leave the unbranded spreadsheet program. Not call it Microsoft Excel. We go over to the shop. Oop, do that, and we will buy the reading nook. Once we have the reading nook, come over and hit E to interact. So anyone who's ever played Snake on their phone, be very familiar with this. Meant to run away at 1.25 there, 7.5. The goal here is to get a total of 5x. So I personally am of the school that I think 4 1.25s get you there pretty quick, but I think 2 1.75s and 1.5 get you there too. You only want one skill for this entire run. It's going to be that spreadsheet wizard. Basically gives us access to more complicated spreadsheets so that we can make more money more quickly. Navigate the mouse best as a little worm can. Hit the button, and we are basically in this until we are done with the run. So we are going to sell A2. We're in A6 right now, going up to A2. In order to bold, if you've ever done any fun office work, counting myself, a lot of work around the control key, copying, pasting, italicizing, bolding in this instance. So get to the navigate to the cell, get the control button pressed down with the D6 and bold. Now that does not work if you have to enter information into another cell. It does not matter if you mess up other cells in the spreadsheet, but for this one you can't have control down and you can't type anything other than the answer. So B2 is 9 and E1 is 9. So we're going to enter 81 in that cell. Okay. Now the goal is just very straightforward. Do this until we have $1,000. Now there are a few items that pop up every single time, and this is one of them. Enter your height, or in this case length, in that cell. It's always 3. Can you finish the Sudoku's? Another one. It's always 2. Nice to get those back to back. All right, so now we're going down to D6, and we're doing C4, which is 5, minus C6, which is 54, and that is negative 49. It is not negative. It's not negative 459. That is kind of magic to get to that number. We're just a worm hitting the wrong key. All right, we want to go up to B5, and the continue the projections, another one of those that's always the same. If you look at the pattern, you can see you're adding 40,000 every time. So in this instance, 30,000 plus 40,000 is 70,000. Solves that one. All right, these are good too. Usually a few of these around, but you don't get as much money for just the entering numbers. Take them though, money's money. All right, copy paste is one of the more complex. We want to copy C5 and paste it into C6. Thankfully, that's not too far away. Gently. There we go. Good, I got it on the control. Control C to copy. We need to move down one cell. Then control V. Sorry, we failed that. You can only get $5 for doing that. Look, wall counter way too far out of the way if we have any value for this particular speedrun. Fantastic game though. Get it, play the demo, it's free. Awesome game. Enter the sum of E4, which is 3, and B6, which is 97. So we're going to enter 100. You can hit the 1 key. You're not going to enter 100. 5. Oh, I'm still on the control key. See? But I thought I was off of there. Pretty clearly off of there. But and then hold control down while you need to type numbers. Italicize E3. Over. Italicize like bold. Control. I want to grab the D6 from the control over where it's going to go. Control for the control. Name of the intern. I think you have to actually take off the control for this too. I don't think a capitalized mark actually works here. An uncapitalized mark isn't going to work for very much longer either. This of this. So there's a lot of time lost there. Try not to hit keys that you don't need to. You either set up D6 where it needs to go before you move, or just be better about not typing things where you don't need to. So A1 is 78 and D4 is 870. 455, almost halfway there. D1 is going to be E2's 58 minus 7 and C4. Okay, C6. Again, these are good because they're quick, but I think the value for money's not. You want to be doing the math. Italicize B5. That button off the side just puts the mouse back in position while we're nearby it. It's helpful to get it for that later. Okay. Moving. So having to switch between items that have a control press and those that slow you down. Having them stream together in a row is really helpful. B5 is not 98 /./. It's just 98. And B2 is 65. That is the biggest number I think I put together here at 163. And a couple 140s a couple times. For 163. We were worth $163. All right, F4 gets 8451. Those are all close together. Goodness. Bouncing around on that. $600. We're in there. Hold C5. Up. 2 buttons is fine. It will... Okay. Alright. Darn. E3. Oh. E3 gets 6, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 19 hold out. Really slows you down. All right, D2. E1 is 7 and C4 is also 7. So those multiplication tables wouldn't be of any use. Copy B5. Come on. 5, paste into B4. That's nice. At least we're not going very far. You could jump through there with enough accuracy to hit that button in the air. 626. Oh, get off of it. C2 is 626. That's right. All All right, we're definitely not going to get $1,000 in the next 30 seconds. That is all right. E3 is 43 and E1 is 2. 41. 4 and 1. Hopefully I didn't hit anything else. Good. Okay. Palisade C2. Thankfully not too far away from that. Good work. Nice. Maybe. Go. Enter into B5. E1 is 7 and D2 is 6. That's 42. Alright, we're $100 off. 2, maybe 3. Probably 3. Into D2. Ooh. C6 is 2 and D5 is 3. 6. Okay. 2 more. Palisade C4. Work on 2, but it won't work on 3. Okay. Did not work. That should have worked. Not on the right side. Okay. Didn't hard enough. And then up, see, that's the kind of run right there. That's the kind of stuff, if it queues up early in the run, you can really string some good stuff together. All right. Fling ourselves over here, get over to the shop, and this time will stop when the little screen pops up after buying. The L-shaped desk that says you completed the demo. Desk buy, and then again, not the greatest fun, but still pretty fun. I mean, any time spent playing a game that you enjoy, even if it's not a successful speedrun, is still fun. You learn something new. I learned that I am not very good at using a D6 to hold a control button down, but what can you do? Thanks for tuning in again, and we'll see you next time.